Hi, Carol here, and a warm welcome to my craft room and day 2 of this wonderful blog hop. I'm going to show you some of the new releases here as I set it down on my island. This one that you see, the beautiful heart frame, isn't included, but the woodland set is, and it's called the Woodland Foliage Frames, and the 2 polka doodle, the sink or swim, and I did the just because. This look is adorable. Oh yes, and the Pinafore was the main event for me today. I wanted to do this Pinafore. You can use it for a birthday. A little child's birthday would be adorable. And I tell you what, I had all sons, and when I finally had a granddaughter, oh yeah, we saw a lot of frilly pink pinafore laces, matching gloves, frilly socks, you name it. Our first granddaughter seemed to have it. So I was drawn to this dye, and the LDRS creative dyes are wonderful. You have to check them out. They have that Teflon coating, and I was super excited to put a Pinafore together for you. And look at all the elements. And you know what's awesome about this? See the die I'm holding right now? It has those 2 little pegs on the top. Well, this is the outside die, and I made 2 of them with my 140-pound cardstock. So that way around the neck portion that you see that's all pink, you cut right to that section, and then you can make your own card base and fold it over. It has approximately a 1/2 inch fold already embedded in the die. It's fantastic. You can see it up there on the upper right. And I lost my videos. I had all my videos prepared for this blog hop last week, and I think I told you I pressed the wrong button on the delete thing on my camcorder, and it erased my entire SD card. So I have been racing to get these tutorials up. Yesterday on my candy bean, that safari set is out of this world. So thank you for your wonderful comments. I haven't got over there to check them out yet because today I spent the entire day making sure this tutorial was created again, and the voiceover done, and the edit, and yada yada. So look at that. I'm 37 minutes. This has got to be a record, doesn't it? So let's go on, and I'll tell you how I created this. I made 4 actually of that first one with the 2 little ticks in the top, because that's the base. Now this is the actual first layer Pinafore that you see, the large ones, and then you have the apron. It has 2 sections. So what I did for this card is, because I want to make 2 cards out of it, that way I'll have 3 because I've already done this before. Yes, well, yeah, we already talked about that on another video, so I won't bring it up again. You know, this just gives you experience, and you know, when you redo videos and redo cards, you learn a lot with the 2nd or 3rd or 4th time that you have to redo it. And I did with this Pinafore die. So many possibilities. So I have the 2 of this top layer you're looking at right here. Now at the shoulder, you're going to cut. First you're going to score it to fold it over. Then you're going to cut the 1 section entirely off. So that on, let's say AB, you're going to cut A off completely, so you just have the neck. And on B, you're not going to cut it. You're going to score it to fold over A. So B will fold over A, and you will see that. I die cut 2 of each color in the Pinafore dress itself. Look at that die, isn't it scrumptious? I cut 2 because in the pack that you get for this release, the papers, besides being ultra dynamic, it's called Country Friend Sweet Pea. 2 of each design. Now I chose to have the pinks and lilacs, but like I said, I want to do 2 cards, and so I made sure I doubled up. So all you have to do if you're making 1 card is make sure you have a front and a back for each of the dresses. So a front and a back when you flip it open, a front and the back for the inside. Whatever colors you choose, you can't go wrong with this paper pack, because not only is it super duper thick, like I like it, it matches every one. You could close your eyes and pick out the paper and get a wonderful match. Just gorgeous. And I want to say thank you for going over and checking out all the blogs and blog hopping, because fantastic giveaways. And please go over to the store and check out Little Darling Rubber Stamp Creative Shop. You're going to find some wonderful sales, and you're going to find this new release. And I think everybody needs a Pinafore die in their stash. And these animals, this polka doodles just because, there's a bear, a mouse, and a little rabbit. Cutesy wootsy. Took me 15 minutes to color. Really, 15, 20 minutes. I took my Prismas, I stamped it with the LDRS Creative Little Mini, the black, and this is wonderful, the hybrid, and it's Raven is the color. I put it down with my stamp press so I could see it and get a really crisp one time. That's all you need with rubber stamps. They're really different. They give you that crisp image. So I just picked some browns. I knew I was going to use my Gamsol to move it. So I just put 2 of each color of the pencils, nice and sharp. I just, you know me, when for organization, I love going to the thrift stores and getting beautiful bowls, see-through bowls if I can, so that I can see the colors, but it doesn't matter. Just some nice deep bowls to put all of my coloring mediums in. I think it's wonderful. A wonderful way to organize, and a wonderful way to have prettiness in your craft room. So my suggestion here, when you're coloring with your Prismas, with this stamp set, if you want to use the Gamsol, don't worry about doing a light, medium, and dark color. I just put the white down on the bunny with some pink. I put some nice bright green and pink on the little mouse, some chocolate and blue, and the bunny's holding a gift, and our little mouse and little bear, he's adorable, has envelopes. So as long as you get any color on there, I added a bit of a kind of like a caramel orange, and see how I just, there was no rhyme or reason for this coloring. I just wanted to make sure that each animal had the right colors. Yeah, it's one of those days when you lose everything on your camcorder, that you've already been prepared and you go, this panic mode. But I enjoyed this entire process, and even the edit and voiceover here was a delight. When you're working with beautiful stamps and dies and papers, you are extremely happy. Happy, 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 yes. And look at that. See how you move it over with the stump? And you can just, I use so many stumps in my stash that I almost have a color palette. I don't have to sharpen anymore. I wish I had lifted it up, I'm sorry, on the mat so you could see it. But I'm going to do a few techniques here that I think you'll really like with this Pinafore die. And if you have little granddaughters or daughters of any age, granddaughters of any age, this is wonderful. Now I'm going to put my micro tiny googly eyes on here. So I grabbed it out of my stash and I gave them each little googly eyes. I think they're so cute. Yes. I can't remember where I got these. Actually, I think it was Hobby Lobby. for the first time, I saw micro tiny eyeballs. So I picked them up. That's where it was. And all the information is going to be over on my blog shortly for you. And I want to thank you ahead of time for the encouragement you give me every time I put a tutorial up. It means the world to me. And this blog hop is super excited. When I started working with the stamps and the dies and the papers, you get giddy because they're top notch. They're so much thought. Angie Hunt, the owner, the thought that goes into all the presentations of each release. I'm truly blessed to be a part of the design team. And yeah, so I'm going over it with my Pico embellisher. This is the clear, and I'm going to just outline the nose, the envelope, all the little parts that I want to, you know, give it that little wow factor. The coloring in here, you know, I am really fussy when I color. I like to just take my time more or less. But this, knowing that I did well, I had a timeline. So that helped me to hurry up today. But I worked all day at it. I wanted to make sure I put a nice tutorial up for you. I added just some green strokes on the bottom where they're standing with my Prisma pencils. Love Prismas because they're wax based, and then if you leave out, excuse me, I'm rambling here. If you leave out your sun-kissed marks, those areas you want to be lighter, just go back with the white. And look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? Nothing like stamping on a piece of cardstock that's already designs on it. Already has designs on it. It makes it easy. Prisma, you don't have to have your watercolor paper. And because the 6x6 pads on LDRS Creative are so thick, I honestly think I could have watercolored right on the design. Now here's what I'm talking about. Let's say this is this is the piece, 140 cardstock. This is pretty thick. Now I'm going to score it. It has a score line already embedded in the die. How wonderful is that? It's prepared for you to make a flip card. And if you put them back to back on a long sheet of white, you already have the card. You don't have to do this. So I took my bone folder, gave them both a crease. I still crease even though I'm going to cut on the crease. Makes it easier and gives you a nice straight line. And look at that. So on A, you're going to snip right across till you reach the neck on the left and right side. Yeah, my little eyeball fell off. No problem. I'm a professional eyeball putter on her now since my wonderful safari card yesterday. I had a lot of eyeballs I was putting on my little creatures, critters, animals. That set is, I don't think I can pick out a set, honestly, that I think is nicer than the next. They're just, this release is out of this world. I know all the designers are going to have some fabulous, fabulous cards made. So here we go. You can see how I cut A, I'm going to call it, off to the neck. So you have the neck. Then on B right here, I'm going to put 2/4 inch pieces. It might even be 1/16 of an inch. You will see with the die when you order it. Yes. I would order this if I didn't have it for the design team. I love this. Then I had to lift it up because I didn't push it up. You're going to really have to hold it up because you want the edges to match, right? So there you have it. And then I kept in those little bumps. I didn't cut them out of the neck because I'm going to match the colors later. So you'll see that when you bend it, I want to have the matching color to the inside there by the neck, because that's where I'm going to put my gold. Yes, see that? So when you flip it, one section of that round mark and you will see that round mark when you actually experience cutting the die out. Because I made so many of the dresses, I was able to cut the little knobby part there, and I did, I cut across this one so that it was even on the fold, and then I took the nubby off of it so that I could put it actually inside, because that little round piece that flips, you're going to want to take this section and cut it in half, and take another round, you know, half oval, cut it in half, so that when you flip the card, you have the right colors, and you'll see later on. Now comes my 1/2 inch ATG. I love this thing. Yes, and then even though it's sticky, I still use liquid glue. I grabbed some Nuvo glue. Any glue will stick it down. And a good runner. You're going to want a good runner. And see how I went above the line with my pattern, and then I'm going to go above the line again on this one. So you're going to see that I'm going to match them, and out comes the old 1/2 inch ATG. I think ATG glue, if you buy the gold version, is the stickiest double-sided tape ever. So here I'm matching up, just had to get it down there. And with the Pinafore, if you don't have it exact, it's still cutesy-wootsy, don't you think? Then I'm going to go back and score it really well where the fold is. And because I'm going to put jewels and ribbons and lace and all kinds of goodness on this beautiful Pinafore, I'm going to get you the size of it too, so that you know what the card is going, you know, how large it is. I'll do that for you in just a minute. So now I'm going to take the glue. I don't think I even put runner on this section when I put it down, because I'm dealing with just the paper pack, and I wanted to get the movement, and if I had the double-sided tape, it would prevent me from sliding it around where I needed it. And then I took the top off, and as you see, it gives me that little nubby thing that I want to put in. So I have to cut it down, and yeah, look at that. So when you flip it, that will be the color of the inside, like the matchy-matchy. They're not going to be exact, they're just going to match. I better say that right now. See that? When you flip it open, it matches there. Then I'm going to add a Pinafore on all 4 sides. So it is a Pinafore. Woohoo! A Pinafore. Oh, yes. If you only knew. If you only knew. It is wonderful. Actually, I've already have a card like this before I lost my my video. So I changed this up completely. This one is altogether different than the last card. And there you have the little apron. You could even make those little straps on it at the top. Just creative possibilities are endless. So here we go. This is the coloring that we put on. It's going to be the front of the card. So I'm showcasing not only the stamp, which is called Just Because, and that's the Polka Doodles collection. Like I said, all the info will be over on my blog, but I'm going to make sure up on the fold where I made the fold to make it a flip card, that it has some extra stability. So I put some extra glue just across there. Then I'm going to add this beautiful feminine colored paper, and it has everything there to decorate. Really, it does. So the back will be more of pinks. The front will be more of the mauve lilac. And in that set, there's this gorgeous little butterfly. And you can keep the guts and put them back in if you wanted the butterfly. But I chose not to. And I just put the little parts in a little bowl to keep them for, you know, I didn't know what I was going to do with those in the video. I was really just walking around my craft room looking at stash, taking out little containers, and you know, wanting to really girly this up. And there you have the dress portion. I'm kind of putting them away. And it's super thick because, you know, I use my thick white cardstock. I love having white as the background. I think it's so feminine. So there's the guts. You can see the stars, and then it has little flowers. And yeah, so now I'm going to place the, this is the back portion. Yes, it's the back, obviously, because it's laid down flat. So we have the cute little apron. And for the top of the apron, as far as the lace, it has a die inside the die set to put some fancy border on the apron. But I chose to actually use my ribbon stash. I'm really big on to getting into my stash around the craft room to use it up. So, and I thought it would be a pretty look. So as you can see, the front and the back, they're opposite as far as pattern, but yet they just are wonderful. So here, this is one of the flowers that you die cut out of the die set, the Pinafore die set. And then I'll put a little diamond in the center, of course. I guess I'm switching back here. I had this in my stash, these little this little branch of flowers. I thought it'd look cute on this apron. And I'm going to put larger size pearls on the bottom of the Pinafore apron, and the tiny little sleeves, I'll put my tiny pearls in there. And you know I always glue up. It doesn't matter if it says it's sticky or you think it's sticky. I would suggest strongly that you add a drop of glue underneath. And look at that, isn't it pretty? Oh, a Pinafore. Back in the day, I know it makes me think of Little House on the Prairie. You can't help but think of that show when I look at this. But my granddaughters, I tell you what, as the granddaughters started coming, so did the frills and the lace and the... I even bought them matching. I brought them crinolines. Yes. That only lasted until they realized what I was doing to them. Yeah. Do we always have to dress up like this, Nan? Yeah, you do. Just, you know, just make your Nan happy. That's what I used to hear. So here we go, daisies. I had these beautiful daisies in my stash. And I love the fact that the yellow just made it pop. And I loved it today actually going in my stash and finding, and here comes my gold. Yeah, I have to have gold on every project. And this is the Heidi Swap Mink Gold Clip. And you'll see why I use the clip on this. It's nice because you can put a ribbon through the clip, and whoever you give it to can hang it on a doorknob or hang it in their bedroom, you know, on the bureau knob, whatever. It just gives it so it doesn't have to rest on anything. It can hang on something. And of course, pearls around the neck. You have to have a pearl necklace. And this butterfly was also in my stash. It is sticky on one side, but it is material. And I thought it just added to the ambiance because the die had that beautiful butterfly. So yeah, you just have to hold it down for a minute. Then I snipped off the sides right there. Yeah, I had to hang on to it for a couple of minutes. And isn't this a lot of fun to create a Pinafore dress card? Wow, who'd have thought? It's just gorgeous. I'm so glad I'm going to have 3 of them to be able to give away, you know. And here in my stash, I had this lilac. Talk about matching. Is that unbelievable? It's an organza ribbon. I got it at the thrift store. You can tell by looking at the roll, can't you? And what I do is I put the little glue dots right on the inside. I fold them in half, And then I put it on the organza ribbon that is like the strip, the narrow strip, and I slide it under so that I can get that wave in the ribbon. And I put one under the actual bow, and doesn't matter what you do with this, with the glue dots, it's going to stay in this cutesy wootsy formation. I love doing the waves, making them permanent on anything I think is so cute. Then I take my Fiskars new mixed media scissors and I cut them in one chomp because they're still new and I haven't used them on, you know, building a deck or anything. I stick into using it on my ribbons at times, and then, you know, they say you shouldn't cut on your paper and then go to ribbon because it, you know, it's not good for your scissors. But yeah, I do. It's one of those things, bad habits, right? So here we go. This side is going to be diamond bling bling. The bottom will have large diamonds, and the sleeve, the pretty little frills, are going to have tiny diamonds. And I love finding this stuff in my stash. That was unbelievable. I had to oh yes, I didn't have enough. I needed 10. So I thought, oh, what am I going to put there? So I left it for now, but I did have to change that out. Now another bow. I want to matchy one side, because we're doing all 4 sides of this Pinafore, right? So you want to design them fairly separate in design, but yet all coming together, if that makes any sense. And I'm so excited about this blog. I want to thank you for leaving comments. I know it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the design team members that are using the new release to inspire you. And that's what we do when we watch tutorials. We get inspired by each other's work. We all create so differently, right? And I learn something new from every tutorial or card that I view. It's just a nice learning experience. And look at it standing up there. Oh, this is so pretty. Yeah, there you go. No matter where you look at this 4-sided Pinafore, it's cute. There I'm just taking all those little teensy diamonds off. And I'm going to wait till I look around my stash. And then I remembered I had this Nouveau glitter marker, and it's in the Strawberry Bonbon number 185, if you're interested. Wow, does that come out like, oh, it just runs right out. It's great. And Matchy has that wonderful shine, and it matches. There it is there. Everything, when you're creating and you're looking around your stash, you can find all this yumminess. And then here's my hanger. You know I have tons of these because I do layouts and I like to use them so that whoever I give it to can hang it up. It's by Melissa Francis. And I'm just going to snip off this because I'm going to include it in the gift giving. I'm going to give this away to somebody that actually on this video, I'm going to give it to somebody that leaves me a comment. I'm going to pick somebody out and send this card to them. So that will be later on. I just thought of it. I have 2 of them, right, because I've already made it once. So I thought I will give this away to somebody that leaves me a comment. And I thank you very much for just going and taking part in the blog hop, because there's wonderful, like I said, $25 a day as a gift coupon. That would be awesome. I'd love to win that. That's yummy. And then in my stash, I had this sequins. And the pearl, when you turn it, you get yellow, green, and lilac. It's like an opal sequin. And that was in my stash. And so I put that on the back side of both, on the upper portion of the back and the front. Yes. And then I went to my stash and I found this hanging lace trim. I thought, how cute is this? It's kind of like a Hawaiian apron. Kind of moves in the blue. So cute. It covers that little daisy and gives the card some movement. That's what I thought. I cut another piece off so that it looked uniform going across there. Isn't that cutesy wootsy? That's all I can think of, is just such a beautiful giveaway birthday, or I'm thinking of you, or friendship, or whatever. Just glad to know you. Yes. And I love the fact it's called a Pinafore, because I did all 4 sides. There's comes some more sequins, this beautiful roll of sequins. And when you see what I do next on the grass of the front with the animals, the just because little critters, you'll know why I love this roll of sequins. It has every color I used. When you turn it this way and that way in the sunlight, you get all the matching colors. How cool is that? And you can use anything in your stash. It doesn't have to be sequins. It just happened that I had a lot of it and thought I'd use it. Isn't that pretty? I just keep staring at it. So then I bought these containers some years ago, and I remembered that in one of them I had my flocking. I love flock. It makes for beautiful grass and skies, and especially grass. So I took out four or five colors: the white, light green, dark green, mid-tone green, and the yellow. On the right side of my flocking, it has sparkle. On the left, it's flat flocking. And one of them I didn't even open, which was the yellow. Yes. So all you do is just pour your glue back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Take your, I have some tweezers. They're nice and thick at the bottom. And I'm adding the flock. It's so soft, and it gives it that matte finish that's so pretty. And you've already, penciled in some of the same colors. So it just adds to it. I mix it up. I don't want it to be separate. I put some of the greens in the yellow, some of the yellow in the white, and mix it all up. And then I just tap it off into the garbage. And then when I come back, you're going to see it does not come off. It's so soft. I can picture just a little girl just rubbing her little finger across it. Oh, that's so soft. It is. It's like velvet. Exactly like velvet. And this was one of the first items I actually bought when I started my journey 5 years ago, was flocking. It's very pretty. It has a lot of possibilities. So now I'm going back to my lace sleeve and decided to put diamonds. So I put medium diamonds in, like here on the sleeves, and the larger diamonds, like I said, are on the bottom. And then I put a diamond for the head of the butterfly. So pretty, isn't it? I think with lace trim, and then it's hiding that little white daisy that matches the front. There's a lot more flowers in this set as well to die cut. You don't have to use stash stuff. There's enough die cuts in here that would absolutely decorate your project and look fantastic. So I'm just showing you as we're getting finished the blog hop day 2, and tomorrow is day 3. I can't wait to show you I can't wait to see what I create, because I'm not going to create it until the morning. Yeah. And there you have this beautiful hanger. I think they're really cute. They come in all sizes. Then I have the clip, which is gold. I have to slide some gold. And there you have the paper. You have all of the dies. This is the woodland. Look at the size. They're beautiful. Beautiful. And this, that's just that accordion die. Oh yeah. Wait till you see a project I'm going to create with that. And there you have it. Is this not beautiful? I can only imagine somebody getting this for their birthday, a little girl, and just hanging it in her bedroom. I think it would be so cute. So here's my sentiment. I'm going to use the Little Darling Rubber Stamp Creative Sweet die, and it is sweet. I chose a paper pack of lilac to match the other side of the Pinafore. And then I'm going to put the white on top. I was going to do it the opposite way so that the lilac kind of showed through, stood out, excuse me. But I chose to put the white because of the butterfly being white, the edges of the Pinafore being white. I left it just at that. I just put some glue on there. Look at that, isn't that? I just wanted you to see that beautiful color from behind. It's so simple to add white glue. You don't even have to run it through. It's nice and thick. You don't have to run it through any type of glue machine because it's easy peasy to put the liquid glue on. Yeah, which side do I put it on? And then when we settle it, there it is, my friends. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the design team members for putting out beautiful inspiration on this blog hop. I can't wait to go and see what everybody's created. Thank you to my subscribers. I appreciate you. I look forward to your comments. You can leave them on my blog or on my YouTube channel. And yes. And oh yes, I put that big diamond cluster. It's kind of like a half diamond on there. And there's the flocking. I added a little heart to that envelope as well. A few dots here and there. And it's complete, my friends. Look at that sink or swim stamp. It's gorgeous. Thank you to Little Darling Rubber Stamps Creative for this wonderful release. And have a blessed week. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.